Last 16 action in Players' Championship 16 from Barnsley Metrodome. And a whole host of big names have reached this stage, but some surprising ones. Scott Taylor is having one of those magical days where everything he hits
25.
just turns to gold. And he's in the last 16 taking on Big John Henderson. Vincent van der Voort has just knocked out Peter Wright. He takes on the Portuguese player Jose de Sousa.
Robert to throw first.
Adrian Gray finds himself in the last 16, taking on the UK Open champion Nathan Aspinall. Big H, Harry Ward, is facing the world finalist Michael Smith.
60.
Dave Chesnell and Danny Noppert sees two seeded players collide. Alan Taben, now he is rolling back the years, takes on Max Hopp, the German number one. Johnny Clayton is up against Chris Dobey right now, and this game right here sees Krzysztof Ratajski, a man who won 3 of these titles in 2018, going up against Robert Thornton, who has just beaten Michael van Gerwen. It is turning into another fascinating day at Barnsley Metrodome as the Thorn looks to win his first title since he won the World Grand Prix in 2015. It has been a long wait, but he's thrown 100 average twice
85.
today. 103 almost against Nathan Derry, and then 101 to beat Michael van Gerwen 6-4. There are not many people who've won as many titles in PDC darts as Robert Thornton.
98.
13 in total. It is a very simple game for Robert Thornton. Throw loads of treble 20s and hit double top. That's
100.
what he does. Although it was double 16 he pinned to beat MVG just about half an hour ago. Ratajski has just seen off Jeff Riddersvaarn. He beat Alan Norris and Aaron Monk. Nobody has taken more than 3 legs off him so far today. Single 16. Leaves his favourite double on the board.
Game shot.
And the Thorn pins it. All-time great Robert Thornton takes the lead in this one against the Polish number one.
99.
It has looked, since the World Grand Prix triumph in 2015 when he beat MVG,
60.
it has looked like a steady decline for Robert Thornton over the last few years. He's been having the odd run. He made a quarter-final at the back end of last year, but he's been getting further and further apart, these runs that he's having.
96.
But he's still got that magic. Can still do it, Thorn.
140.
The winner of this one will face either Johnny Clayton or Chris Dobey. Now,
100.
moments ago, Chris Dobey was hammering Johnny Clayton. And in fact, that is now a confirmed result because Johnny Clayton has had a shocker. A bit like Adrian Lewis earlier. It's an average in the 70s, inexplicably from the Ferret. And he's been beaten 6-0 by Chris Dobey, who only averaged 87.5 himself, but is the first man through to the quarter-finals.
140.
Wow. Well, Thornton leaves tops again, and Ratajski knows he can't let him have a go at it. Double 12. Oh, that's a long way off.
54.
And that wasn't close enough either. So Ratajski doesn't stop the Thorn having a go at tops. And if you let the Thorn throw at tops, he hits tops. And Robert Thornton is just picking up where he left off against Michael van Gerwen. We had Robert Thornton on this streaming board yesterday when he lost in the first round. He lost to young Bradley Brooks. And you could see he was really frustrated with his own performance, Robert Thornton.
60.
He's evidently it's been a long day for him, hasn't it? But his wife Chrissy, who's here with him, she describes him as a pit bull with the heart of a lion. And at his best,
45.
he's embodied those traits. Some real incredible wins in his career. But any more wins for Robert Thornton between now and the time he finally stops playing darts, which hopefully is a long way
85.
from now. I mean, it's amazing. The man has an unreal CV. The 51-year-old, a 3-time major winner, beating the best players on the planet in their respective codes along the way. First 180 of this one, and it goes to the Thorn, who is averaging well over 100 here against a man who won 3 of these titles last year.
$140.
Well, as I say, simple game for Robert Thornton. Throw at the treble 20, hit it lots, try and leave double top, hit that lots, win.
180.
Maximum for Krzysztof Ratajski, gets him to a makeable checkout, but the Thorn on tops is
Game
deadly. That is a 12-dart leg, and Robert Thornton is not just beating Krzysztof Ratajski, but hammering him at the minute. It's 105 average and a 3-0 lead.
99.
The one thing you won't do, though, is panic Krzysztof.
$134.
Michael Smith and Harry Ward all tied up at 4-all in that one. Big H, another player we've seen on this streaming board already today. What fantastically exciting talent he is. Big John Henderson. He's 2-1 up on Scott Taylor. That's the other half of the draw from this. You could have an all-Scottish final, in theory, between Big
41.
Hendo and the Thorn. What a day that would be. Could we finally have delivered unto us here in Barnsley the Big Hendo Weekendo, where he wins his first PDC title?
59. $41.
Back-to-back visits of 41 as the Thorns' little surge just started to peter out a bit, because Ratajski will just keep on hammering away. He will not. He's like the Terminator. He doesn't tire. He just keeps on going, pressing on, pressuring you.
100.
Double 12, missed it by a way last time. That's a closer one, but it's too close, in fact. Covers a bit of the bed.
60.
Not having a good time of it on double 12 at the minute.
$44.
Well, a real leg off from the Thorn here. And Ratajski, at the 5th time of asking, does manage to find double 12, and he gets his first leg in this encounter. They have met a couple of times before, these two. They've met once this year, and Thorn actually beat Ratajski in a first-round game. Beat him 6-2 in Wigan. But he did lose on the European Tour a couple of years ago when Ratajski was first establishing himself in the PDC. That's when we really
59.
got to have a close look on a regular basis at Ratajski, and you could see that he was going to be dangerous. But the Thorn is looking dangerous in this leg. Very dangerous indeed. Because
180.
that is back-to-back 180s for Robert Thornton. The man who has won more than 10 PDC titles, 3 major titles. He's hit 2 career 9-darters, and one of them was a double start 9-darter at the World Grand Prix. Treble 19 leaves double 12, and Robert Thornton produces a perfect leg, his 3rd of his magnificent career, the all-time great and 3-time major champion. He's just beaten MVG. He's just hit the perfect leg. It is magnificent from the Thorn.
59.
What can you say about this man?
60.
His whole career, he has taken on the best and beaten them in some of the biggest tournaments in the world. 3 major titles, now 3
100.
9-darters. And he's done one in Barnsley, Metrodome, this cathedral of darts. A place he's never won a title, actually, despite the many Pro Tour titles he's had. He's had 4 in Wigan, 1 in Ireland, 1 in Scotland. He had a UK Open qualifier. He had a regional Scottish UK Open qualifier, but he's never won at Barnsley Metrodome.
180.
What a man, what a player, what a performance, what a day for the Thorn this is turning out to be.
165.
That is an incredible setup shot from Krzysztof Ratajski. Leaves himself tops, but he might not get a go. Treble 17 and bull for Thorn. Puts him 5-1 up. Everything he wants, he gets. Robert Thornton, in the last 4 legs, 1 in 12 darts, saw Ratajski nick 1, then went 9-darter, 12-darter. He is averaging 109. This is the best I have seen from Robert Thornton since he won his European Tour title
41.
in 2015 in Dusseldorf, just before he went on to claim the World Grand Prix. That day he averaged 110 and beating James Wade in the semi-finals.
140.
And Ratajski is walking into a similar performance here. This is absolutely spectacular.
$100.
Krzysztof Ratajski has done absolutely nothing wrong in this game. The only thing he's done is missed 2 darts at double 12 in the second leg. And that was when the Thorn had left himself on tops after 12 himself. He'd put the pressure on.
100.
Ratajski's averaging well over 100 himself here, and he is getting battered.
$140. $58.
Well, he could break the throw here for the first time in the match. Double 16. 11-darter from Krzysztof Ratajski. This is a phenomenal game of darts. Ratajski is averaging 105. Robert Thornton is averaging 104. The Thorn is having to towel himself down after every visit. He looks like he needs a lie down, and yet he's averaging 104, has thrown a 9-darter, and he's on the verge of making his first quarter-final in months. What an absolute warrior.
140. $99. $140.
The Thorn, back-to-back ton 40s. He's lost 2 legs in this, and both legs is where he's almost like he's had to have a breather. It kind of looks like that for Robert Thornton. Looks like he needs to just go and have a lie down, let Ratajski win a leg, gather himself, and then come back for another 2 or 3 leg burst. That's basically how this game has gone. That's why his average is actually lower than Ratajski's in this. Because he's been incredible and then had 2 poor legs, whereas Ratajski has just carried on pressing and pressing. He looks at the Thorn score and realises he has to go for this, but he can't take it. And can Robert Thornton seal this with a 164? He can't, and Ratajski will get a chance to win back-to-back legs for the first time in the
100.
match. Double 12 was tricky for him earlier, but double 14 poses no problems. A 13 darter for Krzysztof Ratajski as this incredibly high-quality game goes on. And the Polish Eagle, he still entertains hopes of turning this around. It seemed a forlorn hope at 5-1 down when the Thorn had just won 2 legs in 21 darts. And it may be forlorn because the Thorn has still got the throw in this one and the last leg. He's still averaging 105. He still looks like he needs to sit down.
$140.
Again, back-to-back ton 40s, but this time he's doing it on throw, and it means that Ratajski is under even more pressure.
100.
Harry Ward has beaten Michael Smith, and he's beaten him 6-5. That is another big name that tumbles out of the tournament.
60.
Incredible. That's a third quarter final for Harry Ward, this young man from Derbyshire. What a talent.
$100.
That is a 1, Robert.
81.
But that's a great recovery. Leaves himself 80 for the match. And it should be at least 1 dart at tops. And the way that he's hit double top in this match, the way he's hit pretty much any double in this match,
100.
you fancy that this goes and Robert Thornton makes it through to the quarterfinals. Another single 20. And double top. That is absolutely incredible. Robert Thornton, the all-time great, the 3-time major champion, hits a 9-dart leg, beats Krzysztof Ratajski, who averaged 106 by 6 legs to 3 with 104 average himself, is in his first quarter-final in a ranking event since September, and he has a chance to win his first title for 4 years. An absolute titan of a man in the frame of a 5'4" Scotsman.